This will help you stop buying things that you don't need. What's up everyone, David here with Free2Be, and in today's video I want to share with you some tricks that will help you fight the urge to buy things that you don't need. Look, we've all been there before, I know I have. You run into the urge and you run into the temptation of buying things on impulse, buying things that you don't even need. So how do you fight that temptation? Well, that's exactly what we're going to be talking about today. Now, before I get started, as always, if you are new to the channel, I cover financial literacy here in an effort to track my progress to financial independence. And by doing so, I hope to create a catalog of videos that others can use in their journey to financial independence as well. So if you are new to the channel or haven't done so already, please take a moment and just click the subscribe button down below. It's a completely free action to take and it really does help support the channel. And if you're not new, thanks for coming back. All right, so how do you fight the urge to stop and avoid purchasing things that you don't need? It's really tough, but there are some tricks that you can use to fight that temptation. So the first thing you're going to want to do is get rid of any junk mail the moment you receive it. This also includes unsubscribing from junk email, because a lot of times you'll receive offers based on different shopping experiences or different sites you visited that might be tempting. I can't even tell you how many times I've received an email that's told me about a new and exciting sale that's occurring, or a discount code or something like that that would just tempt me or put me in a position where I've wanted to make a purchase. So in order to really fight the urge, you need to unsubscribe from all of that. If it is actual physical mail that comes through, just dump it right away. Don't even open it. If it's email, make sure you unsubscribe each and every time you get one until they get the picture and stop sending you that correspondence. But that's basically the first trick. The first trick is to get rid of those kind of temptations, that unsolicited correspondence that is really putting you in a position to overspend. This will help you stop buying things that you don't need. All right, so this next thing is a little bit of a weird trick, but just hear me out on this one, okay? The next time you're about to make a purchase of something that's a want and not a need, log that purchase and take that money that you were going to spend on that item and invest it. Because what you're going to see if you start logging all these items is how much money you would have wasted on wants and how much money you ended up using towards investing. And by doing this, you're going to actually see some tangible results from you foregoing purchases that you've actually used for investing instead. So if you were going to buy 10 things that were around $100 each in that year, instead you invested that $1,000 and that $1,000 grew to $1,200, you're in way better shape. So try this method. Next time you're about to buy something, don't buy it. Create a spreadsheet instead, list the item, list the cost, and actually invest that money instead. Now, this third trick to stop buying things that you don't need and overspending is to purchase grocery items online. Now, this is obviously something we've been doing for the past year, and I'm sure a lot of folks out there have been doing as well. But by buying your groceries online, what you're cutting out is perusing the aisles for things that you don't need. When you go to a grocery store, it's inevitable. We walk up and down the aisles that we don't need to be in, and every so often something catches our eye and we throw it into our cart. Well, those $2 and $3 impulse purchases might not seem a lot, but over a course of a year, they really do add up. Imagine if you went to a grocery store once a week and you picked up maybe $10 to $20 worth of items that weren't on your grocery list when you went to the store. That's basically like $300 or $400 a year at the minimum on items that were not needed. You just picked them up because you had a chance to go up and down some grocery aisles and basically let your eyes wander for you. So by shopping for groceries online, you're going to be more targeted and it's going to motivate you to find the best prices out there for your goods. And that's actually a really big one for me. I've noticed over the past 12 months, when we have ordered our groceries online as opposed to going to the grocery store, we spend a lot less on groceries. The first few months when we were in lockdown because of the coronavirus pandemic, our grocery budget basically ended up being half of what it was in the prior months before the lockdown. So it's a real thing. You can actually save a lot of money by doing this. Now, this next item on the list is something that I actually think is a great idea, and that is to clear every credit card you have saved on your browsers. Now, this is important for two reasons. One, data privacy and making sure that your credit card information can't be maliciously taken from your computer through malware or anything like that. But two, it helps resist the urge to impulse buy when you're shopping online. It is a lot easier to make a purchase if everything is pre-populated for you or saved on your account when you're perusing on the couch, surfing, or at the computer just casually looking for things. But if you were to have to actually get up to go get your wallet, you might not make those same purchases. So it's really important to make sure you don't save any credit card information online on any of your retail accounts or through your browser. And I'm telling you right now, this is probably going to be one of the ways that you save a lot of money going forward. Now the next trick on the list is to only pay for things in cash. Again, this is a weird one, right? Because we don't really use cash that much in our society anymore. But if you get X amount of dollars in cash every single month from your bank account and keep that cash on hand and stick to only making purchases that you can make with that given amount, then you're not going to ever overspend. If you have put yourself in a position where you're going to give yourself $400 a month on groceries and that's your budget, and you get the $400 in cash and you tell yourself that you're only going to spend the cash on groceries, well, once you get down to the last $20, $40, you're going to really try to get scrappy and you're going to figure that out. You're not going to obviously let yourself starve, and you're going to make sure that the money goes as far as it can for you without overspending. And finally, the hardest trick I think to master, and one that really does take some work, is ignoring urgent marketing. Anytime you come across marketing that makes it seem like this is the best deal you're ever going to get on this item, disregard it completely. This was really hard for me to do initially because every time I'd just be looking casually and then a pop-up window would come up and say 12 other people are looking at this, or last one in stock, or buy now, buy within the next 6 hours and get 10% off. These things are just marketing gimmicks to make you want to buy, to make it seem like it's an urgent situation, and if you do not buy, you're missing out. The key is to ignore those. As soon as you see that, close the browser. That's the way I did it, because honestly, it's really just fake urgency to create some kind of interest on your end to make you make that purchase. And by closing the browser, closing the laptop, whatever it is, getting that out of your face right away, once it's out of your face, it's out of your mind. You won't even think about it. But as long as you let that have some kind of impact on your purchasing decision, it's really not going to be a good thing. You're going to end up buying a lot more than you need. Alright guys, well that's all I have for this list. If you have any other tips or tricks that people can use to avoid overspending, let me know in the comments down below. If you are new to the channel or haven't done so already, please don't forget to take a moment and just click the subscribe button. If you did enjoy the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and we'll see you next time.